personal preference becomes professionalism and merit, trust breaks down.
Okay, let me see little feet now.
This is bad. Partially it's bad because it appears yet again with another Pete Hegseth
Needs little toenails cut.
that
Okay, so your brother gave me a hard time. Let's see if you do.
Black and or women. And so in the name of fighting DEI, he is denying these people he's not only denying these people the promotions that they have earned according to the merit system, but he's also denying the military their services, the services of the people who the military has judged are best equipped to take on these leadership roles. But you point out there's another problem.
Let me see this way.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what you say in the piece?
Well, there's a bunch of things that are at issue with this, Ben, and what I try to do is give my personal experience sitting on
He was
promotion
good with
boards.
his toenails,
I had
and
the
you're
privilege
pretty
of
good
sitting
with
on two
toenails.
one-star promotion
So
boards
that's a good start.
and a two-star promotion
Toenails are
board
usually
during
the
my
hardest
active
on you
military
guys.
career. And if you understand the process that occurs during this, you'll understand how one person interjecting themselves without any rationale. I mean, it would be very different if the secretary said, hey, the reason I'm pulling this person off the promotion list is because they committed a crime or they had a DUI or whatever. Then you'd say, okay, got it. And that happens all the time. But it's a congressional mandate that Congress is the one that really approves and disapproves promotion lists across the board. And individuals...
We have to work on this every day because you guys are not being good at the grooming table.
Or the secretary of one of the services who also reviews these promotion lists when they're conducted by the 18 board members that I sat alongside. But it seems really bizarre that there have been 4 Army officers, as you said, 7 naval officers, and now over a dozen Air Force officers it was just reported last night by the Wall Street Journal.
Let me see if I can do a little bit on that face.
This is something that I think the Senate Armed Services
Oreo Boy gave me a really hard
Services
time on the
Committee
face. Let's see
ought
what you
to
do.
look into, because it's way beyond control for a Secretary of Defense to determine who should and should not be
You guys
promoted.
have a little bit of puppy chow stuff on your faces.
The other thing I suggest, Ben, that most people didn't know that I didn't include in the article is many of these officers are probably approaching their 30-year mark in the service. That's a mandatory retirement date. You have to retire at 30 unless you get an exception to continue your service. When you become a general officer, that can extend into beyond 30 years.
Okay, all right, I'll leave it alone. You did really well, thank you.
And even 43 years of
Let me see your feet.
So these are individuals who spend a lifetime
I'm going to turn you around.
Selfless service to the nation, and to be pulled off without knowing why, beyond potentially a DEI memo, it just seems contrary to what we believe is the apoliticalization of the military.
Yeah, one of the details you had about the way the process is supposed to work is that the generals who are on the promotion boards, like you were back in the day, get instructions from the service secretary about, here's what you can look for. So it's a matter of, we want people with this kind of experience.
All right, you are doing really well. Thank you very much.
And she'll give them instructions and say, I think it's really important that we have more people who have experience with autonomous weapons, or have more people who have experience with tech, or more people who have experience in East Asia. Whatever he wants, he can say to the normal promotion boards, you should emphasize this. And that's a way of making sure that the right people are getting promoted. He's not doing that as far as I can tell. He's just letting the promotion boards make the decisions and then picking off individual people, saying these people don't get to be promoted, and in some cases they have to retire. And then when he's asked about it, he says, oh, well, I don't want to know the difference. That's not fair.
Girl.
Yeah. Well, and as you point out, I'll make the difference. The service secretaries of each Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines give the dynamics of what the boards of military officers should be looking for.
All right, good job. We got your little pads. We got your face a little bit. Let me see your hiney.
We need someone that speaks Mandarin. So find someone on your list to make sure that
let me trim a little bit of this off.
Things that the service secretaries give.
Just because
hey, we need more infantry
long.
officers or more armor officers.
Now that you're going outside even more,
that's the kind
we
of
need
stuff.
to make sure we're going to keep it clean.
That can come from the Secretary of Defense, but it usually doesn't, because
That's a
the
good
service
girl.
secretaries are concerned about their
Such a good girl.
Now, the Secretary of Defense can say, hey, include this in your memorandum of instruction for board members. That's not what's happening. He's
just
waiting
trim
for
a
the
little
board to
bit.
convene, to be executed, for the
I don't wanna
service
do horrible things to
secretaries
you,
give their
just a
guidance,
little bit.
to have the post-board scrub, which is something that's conducted, and then he's pulling people he doesn't like or feels should be on there because of whatever issues that he doesn't want to name. And that seems contrary
See this
to
one a
what
little bit.
Congress wants to
Just a
happen
little bit.
and
I'm
what
not
our
gonna do a whole lot of work on
Constitution
this
says that
today.
Congress controls under Article
I just
1.
want you to get to
Yeah, I
a
think
point
it's
where you're
absolutely
gonna let me
something
do
we should look
at
at.
least a
Alright,
little bit of
moving
work
on, so
on
we
you,
get through all of our
okay?
topics before we talk to our guest. Major combat around the world again. So we'll start with Iraq because the negotiations seem to have just stopped, just broken down.
Yeah,
Between
let me see
the United
how
States and
you-
Iran, we're trading fire again, and Iran is back to its strategy, which I'm not convinced is very smart, of just attacking all of its neighbors at once. It's not a very good way to make friends. But I think producer Matt got us a clip of this from the Kuwait International Airport after Iran. You've been to that airport many times, you were saying. You've got a lot of American physicists now.
Catching up on the news while we're doing this, huh?
It's a big, very modern terminal.
We'll catch up on the news while we're doing this.
Maybe if anyone speaks.
My goodness, that was really good.
That was saying.
That was such a good girl.
Yeah, General, what do you make of this?
And I'm a little furry.
In the Gulf region.
Hey, Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile now. I don't
I'm a
know
little
if you've
furry.
heard, but Mint's premium wireless
But that's
is
okay.
$15
You did a
month.
really good
But
job.
I'd like to
Let me see
offer
those ears.
one other perk. We have no
Listen.
stores. That means
Oh, your
no
ears
small
smell so
talk.
good.
Crazy weather we're having. No,
Let's
it's
see
not.
this one.
It's just weather. Did you watch the big game? I haven't watched anything
Your
in
ears
7
smell so
years because
good.
I have 4
Can I
children.
stick my finger in your mouth?
Just sign up online
Let
at
me do that.
mintmobile.com.
There you
It
go.
is an
Good
introvert's
girl.
dream.
Good girl. It's so helpful. It's so helpful. And when it's time to clean teeth, you're not giving anybody a hard time, right?
Shape how you started to approach this
Good
story
girl.
and write the story.
After
me
many
comb here a little
false
bit.
starts writing this story, I got fired. My publisher fired me because it had taken me so long.
Because you were still operating out of fear.
Yeah, there's something, I guess, scrappy inside of me that, if you kick me when I'm down, I'm gonna come out of that a little bit wiser and a little bit braver.
You're still
Okay.
gonna write the book even though you
Good
don't have a
girl.
contract.
I don't give up easily, I gotta say. I'm really
Good girl.
So
You're such a
I
good girl.
got fired. It kind of put a fire in the
Much better
ass
than your brother
to
was.
prove them wrong.
This success